Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Grown Ups the podcast. Hey, Ellie, how are you?
Hey girl, I'm good. It's currently a Monday evening. No, it's not. It's a Tuesday evening that we're bringing this to you guys. We've survived 2 days of the week. We're tired. We're feeling a little bit under pressure of the week. How are you, my dear? You have lots going on, don't you?
I am feeling a little bit under pressure, um, but trying to be positive. Going back to our January vibes, um,
Yes.
I did try something new today. I went to hot yoga.
Oh my gosh, how was it?
It was actually really fun. Like, I've already said on this pod that I don't like yoga. Like, it's not that I don't like it, it's just not for me. Yeah, that would mean I don't like it. I don't like yoga. Um, but the hot yoga, it was like a hit session. So it was actually really fun. Like, it's like a it's like you're doing a hit session, but at the start you have like a bit of meditation. At the end you have a bit of meditation, and you're in a really hot room, which I love being warm. So it was just ideal. Like I really recommend it.
I love that. Yeah, I honestly feel like if you get the right instructor, yoga, Pilates, all those mat things that people think are just for like babes, they're actually intense.
No, it was really good. Like it was intense, but it wasn't like I want to die. And but the thing is, there was this woman in the class, and she kept talking to herself. And the instructor was like, "Please, no talking." And she kept talking to herself. And the worst thing is, she wasn't even speaking in English. She was speaking in a different language. And
To
then in the change
herself.
to herself, and then in the changing room, she like was started like shouting. And I don't know what she was saying. I don't know what language it was, and I was Sharon, and I was like, "What is going on?" Like,
But maybe she was having an out of body experience from that yoga. Maybe it was doing a little sang. That is strange.
I'm trying to do my thing, and you're out here talking. Like, please, shush.
But I'm such a Karen, because not gonna lie, as soon as you said that, I was thinking I will be getting on my emails and saying my experience was ruined. I want a free class.
Do you know? To be fair, I did leave. I left a good review of the instructor, but I left a bad review of the place because why is a yoga studio making me pay to rent a mat? It's £1.50, but nonetheless, it's the principle. Like, and
The
you're making
cheek
me
of
pay
it.
for a towel when it's hot yoga. Like, you should give these two things for free.
Yeah, I've been somewhere that charged for towels before. It really jars me.
It's
Like,
annoying.
you're not giving premium when you're charging for everything.
No,
You're giving poor.
exactly. You're giving poverty.
It's not cute, man. It's not. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. Do you think that's something you'll go like do consistently going forward?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna try and book another class for next week because I really liked it. Like, it really, I don't know, it just felt really good, and it's good for like hair wash day because you're gonna get sweaty anyways. Um,
I love
but then
that.
on my way home, the bus was so packed, I didn't get on. Then the next bus was so packed, people were pushing and shoving. I was like,
Mm.
I need to be a CEO now because CEOs don't have to do this. Like,
CEOs ain't getting on the bus.
they're not getting on the. Actually, to be fair, my CEO does get on the bus, but I will not. Please, I will live close enough to my office that I don't have to do that shit.
Yeah, one of the girls in my work, one of the grads, she just moved to Leeds and she walks into the office now. And I was like, wow, what a life.
What a life indeed. How are you though, darling?
I'm good. Today was like the first day in my team that I had to do viewings by myself of a property. And I just was not prepared. I thought basically a senior colleague was meant to come with me. And then so I was just there like, cool, me, I just need to look pretty, stand there, smile, and he'll do the talking. And then the day before he cancelled because of train strikes. So I then had to familiarize myself with the whole building. Like, bruv, you get the most random questions. So I
Oh
was a
my
little bit
gosh. Wait, sorry,
stressed.
I just deeped how intense that is because now you're having to do it by yourself.
Yeah, bruv, I had never seen the building before. I had to go there quickly and have a tour. I'm having my tour, and then the client turned, or not the client, the prospective purchaser turned up like half an hour early. So I didn't even get to finish the tour. So I'm showing him a building I've never seen before. I'm like, yeah, and just this way, you'll see. And I'm like, quick, quick, what is he going to see? Oh man, yeah. But it was fine. I survived. It was like an hour and a half in the car. So I spent 3 hours in the car today, so it was actually alright. But then do you know when you're busy, so when you get home you then have to make up. But I only made up for like an hour and
Okay.
a
But
half.
you're really putting your qualifications to the test here.
I know, yeah, I felt like a real selling sunset, babe.
Oh,
When
well
you
done.
actually
I'm
get the
so proud.
questions right, it's like, yeah, I know my stuff. And then when you don't know the answer, I'm like, let me check that when I get back to my desk and I'll be with you this afternoon.
It's a great question. Such a great question that I'm going to have to think about it.
Yeah, no. Oh, but no. Other than that, I'm good, darling. This week, I don't know. I've just felt exhausted. I cancelled my boxing yesterday. I was
Oh,
just like, you know, sometimes I need to prioritize me. I've been doing a lot. I'm
no, I'm
tired.
dead. It's day 2. And you're like, this week I'm tired.
No, I just woke up. I think lately I've been exercising non-stop, like mostly 7 days a week. And it got to Monday, and
Oh.
I was just like, I actually can't hack it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I did my first 11K on-road run on Sunday. That was
11.
fun. Yeah, I did 11. I was so proud.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Because what you guys don't know is Ellie asked me to do a 10K with her. What is it? A 10K triathlon? Is that what you wanted to do?
Bitch, I can't cycle or swim. No, I just want to do a straight run,
Okay, a
please.
10K run, right? And I was up for it. I didn't know you were practicing 11Ks on Sundays. Now I'm not sure
That
if I'm up for it anymore.
No, that was my second one since like secondary school. I've literally only just started. I've been doing 5Ks, and then that was my first or second big run. But I take it really slowly. I'm training. I want to do a half marathon by the end of the year.
Okay, well then I'm gonna have to start running in Brazil, I guess.
Sounds good.
Oh gosh, scary.
Yeah, no, I'm like I've got the running bug. I'm on this shit.
It is, yeah. No, do you know what though? I feel like what we're doing is exercising and keeping ourselves occupied in a way that's like healthy for us because there's so much going on. But you do have to rest because a lot of like the class I went to this morning, I had to wake up at 5 o'clock for. You, I know you wake up at 5 as well, but we have to remember that we have to rest.
I know I deeped it. Yeah. Sorry, guys. This podcast is always about exercise. But when I was in sixth form, I used to wake up early, go to the gym, and I was always tired. And I'm not saying my grades suffered because of that, but like I didn't have full energy when I was at sixth form. Uni, I didn't work out. I was fine, and now I'm doing it again. I deeped it like exercise, yeah, make it make sense because I swear you work out to feel fit and have energy, but really I'm losing energy, and
Yeah,
then
it's
everything else is suffering. Like,
you need to find a healthy balance, and that's the thing that yeah, I can't advise on that. But fitness people do get in touch because this is not a fitness podcast, so let's move on. But do get in touch.
yeah, yeah, let's move on. Of course, this episode always starts with in this week's episode of being a dumb bitch. So, one of you lovely listeners wrote in and said, in this week's episode of being a dumb bitch, I booked annual leave for the wrong days. But how I'm sorry, how do you do that?
You're like, yeah, you are a dumb bitch.
Oh. Last year, I planned a city break for Feb to give me something to look forward to after a pretty dull 2023. This week, while planning the itinerary, I realised I booked off the wrong days. It's only 2 days, so you may think, not that deep, but I've got a super important conference on one of the days I'm away that I meant to be speaking at. What do I
What?
do? Do I come clean with my manager and change the dates, ditch the trip, or call a sickie?
Oh, so there's no option that this person is doing the speech that they need to do.
No, that was the first one, I think. What do I do? Do I come clean with my manager and change the dates? I think they mean the dates of their trip.
Oh, yeah, 100% I would change the dates of their trip. Because, sorry, this is just in my opinion. Doing something like a conference or anything like that where you're speaking, like you have an active role, even if you weren't speaking but you have an active role, it's something to put on your CV. Like that's where you can schedule a Europe break anytime. Personally, that's what I would personally do.
Yeah, I think this is so person dependent. Like it depends on where you are at in your career, how long you've been at the business. If you're super advanced in your career and you're doing conferences every other week, then cool, it's just another conference. Like, sorry, you can't make it.
Hmm. True.
But if this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity and this is really the big thing for you, you've said it's important, then if you can move the dates, I would move the dates. But if you're losing money, then I'm not sure, man. That's techie.
Yeah, I personally I would reschedule. It's just it's
Even if you were losing
unprofessional.
money.
Oh, okay. I if I was losing money, but this is like the first conference that I've ever done, or like the first, if it's within the first handful, I definitely would lose the money. I'd take that out for sure. But that's just because of how highly I think of something like this.
Love that. Career babe. Yeah, I hear you. Definitely couldn't call a sickie because everyone would think you're just scared.
Yeah, true, true.
Yeah. Either come clean and move the dates or ditch, yeah, come clean and move the dates or go on your trip and forego this experience. That is defo dumb bitch moves though. I'm so sorry. Next time it won't happen again though. Imagine how cautious they're gonna be when they're booking their next trip.
Yeah, next time don't be a dumb bitch. Do you know what? That's like missing a flight. Once you miss that first flight, you're never missing a flight again.
Oh yeah. Have you ever missed a flight?
Yeah.
When?
Oh, do you want me to be honest?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the trips that I did solo, I had a flight back and honestly, complete dumb bitch moves. Like, I just completely misread the time. I think I read the time that I was landing instead of the time that I was departing.
Oh
And
my god.
I woke up thinking I'm mad early, fam, mad early. And it's like, your flight's departing in an hour. I was like, there's no way I'm getting to the airport, checking in and doing all of that. Um, so yeah, I took the L and I had to pay like £200 to book another flight.
Okay, thank God it was only £200. But girl, I actually couldn't. Do you know how many times I check my flight before I fly?
This is
A
the
million
thing.
and one. I'm like, has it moved? Has it moved? Has it moved?
This is the weirdest thing. Like, I'm always like that, and I'm someone who's at the airport 5, 6 hours beforehand. Like, I honestly, I that's never. I don't know. I don't know what happened to me. But then, do you know what? That day, because I ended up getting an extra day because of
Oh,
that.
nice. For only 200
Um,
quid as well.
but I ended up meeting this girl who's so lovely, and we literally still talk like today. And I was like, maybe I don't think I was meant to miss the flight so I could meet her as a friend, but like something good came out of it. Do you know what I mean?
She ain't that special, but no, I'm joking. Just in case you're listening. Um, yeah, it was meant to be, man. Wow. Who
Yeah,
knew?
I know. Me being a dumb bitch. I was so embarrassed. Like, I remember I was texting Lucia and I was like, I can't even. I didn't tell anyone, and then I told her after the fact because I was so embarrassed.
Oh man, it happens. It actually
These things
happens.
you actually have to shake these things off because when there's literally nothing you can do and it's fully your fault, you just have to shake it off.
It's true. It's so true. Mistakes happen. Say
But
la vie.
on that note, this week we have a dilemma. So someone said, "Hey girls, loving the pod. I listened to the episode where Meggie mentioned that she moved teams internally and wondered if you could give me some advice as I also want to do this. But there is a lot of competition between my existing team and the team I want to move to, and I think I will receive a lot of backlash. Meggie, did you tell your old team you were applying for the other position before you got it? And was there any animosity?"
Ooh, good question. I didn't even ask you this stuff.
This is a great question. So, okay, on the first front of wanting to move teams, I would say, I don't know. I also think I'm very lucky and there's a lot of divine intervention that I like. It's not like a recipe that I can say this is what you need to do. But personally, what happened for me is I feel like I voiced my opinion quite a lot to other heads of teams. So, to other teams in the company, that doesn't mean I was slagging off my job or slagging off my manager or anything like that. It was not that at all. I never said a bad word about my manager or my team or my role. In fact, I said, I love my role. I really enjoy it. I'm very good at it, but it's not challenging enough. Like I've gotten to a point where I'm plateauing and I'm looking for a challenge. So that was the key word is that this wasn't even intentional, but this is just in hindsight how it happened. I was speaking to a lot of heads of teams and I was saying, like, I'm looking for a challenge, blah, blah, blah. And from that, if like 6 months later, this opportunity came up and my now manager told me about it and said I should apply and stuff. When all of that happened, the first thing I did is spoke to to the former manager, so the manager from my original team, and I asked her. I said, "This is how I'm feeling. I really want to progress." Again, she'd known that I was looking for a challenge, and but within that role, there was nothing she could do really. Um, so she kind of knew that I was looking for something new, anyways. And I said to her, "What are your thoughts on me applying for this?" And she turned out to be super supportive. In saying that, from this dilemma, it seems like there's competition between the two different teams. With at my situation, there's no competition. Like they're kind of two different entities, so it's not really a problem. Um, but I think you just have to be honest about what it is that you want out of your career, and you have to be selfish about that. And I don't think it's a. You just have to frame it in a way where it's like, this is what I feel like I need in my career right now, and this is what I think the role will give me. And either your current manager will help to mold your current role into something that's more suitable, or you have to move. There's no two ways about it. But before I spoke to my manager, I actually spoke to HR first and I got their opinion on it because obviously they know the managers on a different level that I don't, and they advise me on how to say it and how to have that conversation. So if you can, I'd speak to HR about it first and then go to your manager in a way where it's you're looking for a new challenge, a new opportunity, and see what happens from there.
Love that. I can't believe you told your manager before you got the job. I
I
guess for
did.
yours, yeah, it makes sense.
I did because it's like it's an internal move. Like that's so awkward. If I was applying externally, I wouldn't have told her that I'm applying for jobs and I'd just be like, "Peace."
Yeah.
But internally, we're still going to have to work together maybe. Now I don't want bad blood. We're still in the same community. We're still fighting the same fight, you know? So I felt
Yeah.
like I had to tell her.
No, I hear that. I think, yeah, Miggy's advice is sound. And if it's internal, just say, this is what I need to do for me. This is what I want out of life. This is where I'm going. And don't let anyone else put you down for wanting to change your career path. That's on you, basically.
I need to put me first.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. I agree with what you said. For the first time. Love that though. Best of luck with the move. We love internal movements because you're already comfy at that firm. There's no like starting afresh, too afresh, and having to like, oh,
Yeah. There's no haggle
first
with
day vibes.
paperwork and all of that stuff. Like it's a smoother transition for sure.
Yeah. Bro, even my internal moves, oh, it didn't even feel like a transition. It was just one day I just changed desks.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I literally got up and moved from one side of the office, no, one side of literally our little corner to the other.
Wait, but how
Um,
did you find do you find any awkwardness at all with having moved teams?
no, only because I think if I had picked the other team, then yeah, there would have been. But with my team currently, I think that's where everyone intended for me to go when I first interviewed.
Hmm.
So it's almost like when you interview, they take a look at you and they're like, right, where would we place this grad in the business?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where everyone intended for me to go. So when I left my other team and I said, I've had the most amazing time with you guys, but I'm going back, they were upset, but they were like, we knew like that's where you were going to end up anyway. So
I see.
yeah. So it
Cute.
was all good. I still talk to them like every day. I'll have like half an hour chats with them sometimes. So just go over and sit next to them.
That's so cute.
Yeah, love them. Um, but yeah, that rounds up our dumb bitches and dilemmas for this week. Thanks, guys. We're keeping it short and sweet because it is a Tuesday for us and we are dying. We are fucking tired.
No, guys, if you could see the look on our faces when we joined this call, like my face was like a slapped ass. Like, but honestly, how much better do I feel now? Like, I feel in really good spirits. So, this pod is something that we're really grateful we get to do and we enjoy it. And that's why we carry on. Like, it's not, it's that's the heart of it, is that we enjoy it. So thank you for listening, and do keep sharing so that we can enjoy it in greater luxuries.
Exactly. Keep sending them in, guys. Remember, it's grownupspodcast@gmail.com, or you can DM us on Instagram or TikTok at grownupspodcast. We keep it nice and simple for ya. But yeah, we got to keep it real with the fact that we are dying. And I think an element, yeah, of how we're dying today is Maggie, despite doing her yoga, she was out. She was in the office today. She got home late. Me, I was out, but I got home early. I finished my day working from home. And guys, there's just something, I don't know what it is yet, but there's just something about working from home that just reduces stress. Like my body feels different. Lately, I've been working in the office 5 days a week, and it is actually killing me. I am noticeably, you know what, that is why I'm drained. It's like, pew, I'm dead, I'm dying. And so it made me start like looking into and researching about that work from home, that good work-life balance. And I actually saw, of course, it was on Instagram, a video from the CEO of Blackstone, and he was basically beefing work from home. And he was saying that people only work from home because one, they don't have to work as hard. That's his view. Two, they save money on the commute.
And the problem with that is,
Yeah.
okay.
And three, they're not being watched, basically. He was basically saying that if you work from home, you're lazy. And then in that same, that was also summarized in the article. I basically went down a rabbit hole researching like work from home. And it also said that in a KPMG CEO Outlook survey, 64% of global business leaders and 63% of those in the UK anticipate a full return to in-office work by 2026.
Mm-mm.
Imagine. That's 2 years
No.
away. Imagine everyone being in the office. Do you know how busy the trains would be?
And that's what I'm saying. I couldn't even get on the bus today, and this is still in a hybrid world. Let alone, do you know how quickly the population has grown? Like, please.
It's mad. And the bloody central line doesn't work anymore. Have you noticed? Every day it's like shortage of trains, shortage of trains. How do you have a shortage of trains? Have you lost them?
I, no, because where have they gone? Where
No.
have they gone?
It's so dumb. Like TFL need to get their act together. It's actually unserious.
Sorry, I could do a whole episode about TFL because there is not one, there's not one day in the past 9 months or something where TFL hasn't pissed me off. Like, it's either been mad delays or
Mm-hmm.
cancellations, replacement, yada yada. Like, one thing or another, they've pissed me off. And TFL, seriously, get your shit together because it's actually ruining my life.
It's a madness, but they did hold the prices this year. Did you clock that?
Is it a one? What's the bus? 175, and then £9 for Oyster cards. Is
Yeah,
that
they
what it
haven't.
is?
They're holding whatever your cap is for your zone. They're holding it this year. I said, yeah, you should because there
As
would be
they
uproar.
should. As they should.
110%. But that basically like enthused, inspired our poll this week, and we just wanted to hear your thoughts on working from home. So, Maggie, what did we ask the people, and what did the people tell us?
So the first question we asked is, do you work from home or in the office? And there were three options. The first was work from home, the second was hybrid, and the third was in the office. Most people actually do hybrid, and then there's a split between work from home and in the office. Both of us are different. I mostly work from home and you're now in the office, right?
I know. I feel like what do you call the generation above us? Millennials.
Millennials.
I'm basically a millennial.
You're basically a millennial. That's right.
But I read another article on this, yeah. And you know, the UK, 34% of employees in the UK are in the office 4 or more days a week. Only 34%. Yeah. And that's compared to
Wow.
a global average of 50%. We're actually one of the most, like, what do you call that? Pro working from home, say. Mental.
Wow.
34%. That's it. TFL will be shaking in its boots if everyone was in the office.
No, it's so true. Rush hour could not handle it. The next thing we asked is, do you think that work from home can hinder your career? What do you think? Do you think working from home can hinder your career?
This one's so tough. I feel like it totally depends on the job that you have and what your colleagues are doing and like the wider business. Because let's say you're in a business that's fully remote, then no, it's not going to hinder your career. Everyone's working from home. Like
Hmm.
it's not whoever's face is most prominent, then they'll get all the promotions and stuff. But if you're working in a job where people do want you back in the office and other teams are going back in the office or even people from your team, then actually, yeah, I seriously do think it can hinder your career. Because if they don't see you, how are they going to know like what you're worth and what you're doing? You're not going to be the first thought that comes in their mind unless you're exceptional at your job and you're billing mad amounts.
Yeah, I mean, from someone who works from home but has an office that I can go to once a week, I would say when I'm in the office, I do find out about more shit that's going on in other teams that I wouldn't
Mm.
otherwise know. I probably wouldn't be in this new role if I didn't live in London and have access to this office because I wouldn't have been having those candid conversations with my now manager. So it's kind of difficult. I think you definitely can still progress in your career by working from home, but I think if you're like, I would say my skill is it's interpersonal. It's people, it's networking. I don't know how easy it would be to do that if I was completely remote. So I guess it just depends what your skill is. If you're remote but your skill is your analytics or your virtual presentations, then maybe you can still make shit happen whilst you're remote working.
Yeah.
But the people kind of were split down the middle. So it was 43% said yes, it will hinder your career, and the rest said no, it won't.
43% said yes.
Yeah.
So most people think it won't. That's interesting. I wonder what jobs people are doing. Because there's
Yeah, and
definitely a
this
job market for remote workers, without a doubt.
yeah, this is the thing as well. This is not that relatable for like nurses, school teachers, stuff like
Yeah,
that. So maybe it depends. We don't know the demographic of the people that voted. But we did also ask, do you think working from home is here to stay? And the majority of you said yes.
that's wishful thinking. I feel like we will be pushed more and more to go back into the office.
Do you know what? It's interesting because it's funny that we're having this conversation today because today I was working in person with my colleagues and I found something out that I had no idea about. In the UK, there's a tax scheme that you can apply to if you work from home, and you can receive up to £6 a week for being a remote worker for additional expenses. Additional expenses such as your water bill is higher, your electricity bill is higher, your heating bill is higher. So you can actually receive, it's up to, yeah, up to. So I'm not saying it's £6, but it's up
Mad.
to. Um, and I didn't know about that. I was like, what? And you have to declare like how many weeks you work from home. Obviously, if you're someone who is a hybrid worker, then you might do 3 days at home, two in the office, or vice versa. You'll need to calculate how many weeks that turns out to be, and they will check. So don't lie. But so I guess that would be a less amount that you'd get. But isn't that mad? I had no idea.
That is mad. Where's my tax contribution to my commute?
And that's what I
What?
found. I found it interesting because I would think it's kind of more expensive to commute because, like for me, for example, when I commute into Central, it's like £15 a day. It's not
Yeah.
£15 a day to heat my house. I'll tell you that much.
Thank God. Yeah, that's mental. I mean, I am all for it, like help the people where we can. But yeah, cheeky tax saving on my commute would be lovely.
It seems very Labour government, doesn't it? I was surprised that this Tory government provides that.
Yeah, that is surprising. Who knew, boy?
But I mean, it's funny because people always throw in my face that I work from home, like as if I work less hard. Like I've had friends who will say like, oh, but you don't get it because you work from home, or you're not as tired because you work from home. And facts, like, I don't have to do that commute, and like it's different, but that doesn't mean that I work less hard. Like, I still work hard, but it's just in a different way. So I feel like the people who are hating from about working from home, people need to shut up.
Bro, I hate the disrespect that workers get when they work from home. Like, I'm sorry, but if I can do my job from home and successfully, leave me alone. Like,
Exactly.
I hate it when people are like, oh, you're working from home because you're lazy, you're working from home because you're this. There's lots of that in my firm. Like, a lot of people will chat about people that work from home. And I'm just like, why?
Can I tell you something? Every time I'm in the office, I work less because I'm
Oh my God,
distracted.
yeah.
Like
Chitter chat chatter.
I'll end up chatting, people chatting to me. I chatting to people. Like, it's just, that's just, I always end up distracted, or like we'll go for a tea, or like grab a tea and stuff. Like it actually, I spend, I'm more productive at home.
110%. No, I'm the same. I've said this before, but when I was working from home, I'd wake up because I am a morning person. Like, I would wake up at 5, work, have a siesta at lunch, and then work the eve. Are you laughing at my siesta?
I'm laughing at your siesta.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, taking a 2 hour lunch break, or sometimes I'd take even longer because I've started at 5, so I've got hours built up. Um, when I came back for the evening, I was way more productive than I would have been, because usually in the afternoon I just slump and I just lose
Mm,
all interest in everything I'm doing.
yeah.
I
It's
seriously miss it.
No, I completely agree. Like, also, if I'm in meetings all day, like, what ends up happening, what happened a lot at the end of last year when there was a really busy period, I had loads of meetings during the day, which meant that I didn't get a lot of work done during the day. So I ended up working
Yeah.
more. If I was in the office, I think I would have been more like aware of, oh wait, I need to catch my train, so I actually need to leave the office now. Whereas because I don't have that commute time, I actually think I end up working a bit more. Obviously it fluctuates, like this, it's not every day, but in busy periods especially. So I'm just not here for the work from home hate. However, in saying that, my parents both work very labor intensive jobs, and I do, whenever I'm over at their house and I observe how hard they work and for how many hours in these physically difficult jobs, I do think, oh my god, I have it easy, like I am bloody privileged.
Oh yeah, no doubt there is a privilege to working from home. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Do you know when it's the night before and you know you're working from home tomorrow? It hits different. My evenings feel more restful. My
Hmm.
mornings feel more restful. For some reason, I just feel lighter, like less stressed. It's
Yeah,
so weird. The commute, honestly, if there are studies into it, I'm actually interested to read them. But why is the commute so taxing? Why is waking up? I think for me as well, it's like packing your gym bag and remembering what to take, remembering your lunch. It all eats into your evening the night before, like all that prep, and then your makeup, your hair. It's long,
it's
boy.
true. And
It's
then you
so
need to be in
long.
bed by a certain time so that you can get your full 7 8
Mm-hmm.
hours. Oh gosh, it is long. Yeah, no,
Bruv.
100%.
But it's not just us that have these opinions on working from home versus working in the office. Some of you said in your responses.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry, we're
Um,
been rambling on.
yep, let's get to it. So, someone said working from home is great for helping with work life balance. We just said this. The office can be too noisy, so working from home helps with this too. It's so true.
I completely agree.
Can't concentrate in the office. I feel sorry for my colleagues because I'm tapping them. I'm like, one of my managers, I've got like loads of people that I just call my managers because they're all more senior.
Mm.
And like, he'll come off a call, he'll stand up and I'll be like, oh, can I grab you? And he'll be like, nope, got another call. And he'll have to run off to another call. And then as soon as he's done that one, I'm like, oh, can I grab you? And he's like, okay. And he has no time to do his work because he's from meeting to meeting and then answering everyone's questions.
So basically, you're the problem.
I'm the problem. I'm the problem, but I'm trying to learn, boy. I'm trying to be a sponge. So, I mean, I care what you're doing with your time. Come here.
I agree. Someone said there's only value in going in if it's actually enforced. I just sit there by myself, cold, all day. This is the other thing. Offices are cold. Like, if you think you're going in to be warm because you don't want to turn on your heating at home, it's a lie.
Bruv. I want to wear cute outfits in the summer, cute vest tops, cute like V-neck tops or whatever, and you just can't because
Yeah.
I'm going to be freezing in the office. I'm having to take scarf in the middle of summer. Why? And in terms of going to the office, do you know how many times I've gone into the office and like someone's been like, "Oh, actually, I'm not coming in today," and I've sat there by myself like, "I don't need to be here. Why am I here?"
This happens to one of my friends all the time. She always tells me about this, that she goes in and she's like the only one in the office, but they've made her go in. I
That's
just,
so annoying.
it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Someone said, Lord knows if I worked from home, I'd get nothing done. I need the office environment to get shit done. So what the opposite's what we said actually.
I do hear that. I think it just depends. It depends who's in the office. Offices, oh my god, the office on a Friday is actually elite. Is it just
Hmm.
me that thinks this? The office is dead, but you're in like a good mood because it's Friday. You can sit there, have a mad productive day, and then everyone leaves early anyway.
I can't say I've
Whereas,
ever been into the office on a Friday to tell.
mate, I love a Friday office, like a office Friday office day. You have a bit of chat again. Everyone's in a really good mood. Everyone's talking about what they were doing for the weekend, but you'll also get loads of work done. And because most people just for some reason don't work on Fridays anymore, the email chain is always really light, so you can catch
I'm
up
dead.
with everything.
But this is why I need to work from home on a Friday because if I do have plans, which as of late I have not had plans, but when I did have plans, then it's easy for me to get ready and go out. If I now have to commute home and then get ready and go out, it's a whole other process.
Yeah, it is. I hear that. It does cut into your Friday evenings. That's like when my work colleagues invite me out for a drink on a Friday, and I'm like, sweetheart, it's the weekend.
Yeah, please,
Ask me on a
please.
weekday. I told my
Some
manager, oh, sorry. My manager was trying to book drinks in, yeah, to help me network. And he goes, what days can you do? And I was like, I can't do Thursdays because I go to yoga. And now he's booking all of my networking events on a Wednesday. What a sweetheart.
Oh, that is so cute. No, that
So,
is really
so
cute.
sweet. All for my yoga.
There's definitely a decorum to the days that you hang out with colleagues. And Friday, one of my colleagues actually said that she was like, Fridays for my friends, Thursdays for
Yeah.
the colleagues. And I was like, I completely agree, girl. Completely agree.
100%. Can we make that an unwritten rule, please?
Yes.
Someone said, difficult to form genuine bonds with your colleagues when you work from home. That's so true.
Oh, I second, third, and fourth this. I would say it has taken me till my third year to feel like I'm actually making bonds with my colleagues. And my immediate team are not based in the same country as me. So not even with my
Mm.
immediate team, but like there I'm actually on Monday, so next Monday, um, I'm actually going on like an activity date with someone from work, like sorry, like a friendship date, not like that. But this is the first time that I'm actually meeting someone outside of work, like one of my colleagues outside of work. I've never done that before.
Oh, girl, neither have I.
Yeah, so I that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I'm actually for the first time I formed a sort of friendship with this girl at work, and it took me 3 years.
Yeah, that is, it's true. You do need to be, I think you do need to be in person. But then almost, if you're not, because I'm in the office 5 days a week. Like, if my colleagues say to me, do you want to do something on the weekend? I'd be like, God, no, I see you 5 days a week.
Oh, let's not take it too far. I
So
don't
I
think we'd
think,
do something on the weekend, but after work, that's okay.
yeah, fairs. So I think being like a hybrid worker is better for forming friendships because you get that break from them. Yeah, hybrid is the way forward, man. But should we do last but not least?
Yes.
We've already kind of touched on this, but someone said, I do feel like people assume you do less work at home, which I don't think is true.
I just really don't. Sorry, I'm triggered because I've had so many people comment this to me, and it irks me because I just feel like I'm good at work-life balance. And I feel
Mm.
like if you're being overworked, you're going to be overworked whether you work at home or you work in the office. So I don't know. It depends on the character. Like obviously one of the listeners said they need the office to be able to work.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like, but for me, for some people, it just you need a hybrid environment so you can thrive in both.
Not to end on a negative Nelly, yeah, or end being a negative Nelly on a negative note. Ooh, lots of bloody hell, lots of alliteration there. But one of my colleagues doesn't even have a desk at home, so if he works from home, he works from his bed.
Yeah, one of my colleagues had the same thing, and that's she left the company because of that.
Wild. I could not. Don't know how
Your
I did
back will
that in
be
uni.
broke.
Honestly. But because he obviously does no work at home, every time I work from home, he's like, oh, day off. No, sweetheart. Maybe for you.
Yeah, no, it's not. I feel like it depends on your job in it because
Mm.
at the start I was definitely whining and cotching a bit more than I am now. Now there is no whining and cotching for me. I haven't cleaned my bathroom during working hours in a few weeks. Like that's how you know I'm busy.
But the thing is, I don't even think that matters because fine, you'll do home admin during the working hours, but you'll make up for that time. That time, you would have been grabbing a coffee with a colleague,
Oh yeah,
or you would have been
100%.
doing something else. Like, I think it's match for match. You can make it work. Um, and me personally, I'm pro home working. I'm pro hybrid, not fully remote. Never.
Yeah, I agree. I think hybrid is ideal. I'm pro-choice, like in all things in life. I would like people to have the choice to be able to say if they want to be fully in the office, fully at home, or hybrid.
Yeah. 100%. But on that note, guys, this was I feel like it was a shorter episode than usual, and if anything, probably a little less full of life because it is midweek and times are tough, life is hard. But we hope you have an amazing Monday. If you're listening to this on a Monday, do send your in this week's episode of Being a Dumb Bitch and dilemmas to grownups@gmail.com or
DM us at Grown Ups Podcast. Thank
thanks
you
for
for listening.
listening. Look at us in sync.